Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that still has this damn cloth here. Nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. It's still driving me crazy. And it, frankly, should drive you crazy, too. Today in the news, well, it's back. You perverts willed it into existence. Over the last few days, a name that I have not heard in years, Lollipop Chainsaw, has been on the wind. Celebrating its 10-year anniversary, writer and now international superstar director James Gunn, as well as the madman and games director Suda51, tweeted several photos of its crazy E3 presence, where Jessica Negri was Juliet, and the whole thing had like chainsaws and explosions. It was crazy. You know, the good old days. I remember it so vividly because it was literally the first E3 I ever went to. And there's a soft spot in my heart. But those good old days may be returning for our girl Juliet, as Yoshima Yasuda, CEO of the game's original publisher and now founder of a new company called Dragami Games, announced yesterday on Twitter that Lollipop Chainsaw will be one of the new company's first titles. Lollipop Chainsaw is back by Dragami Games, Yasuda tweeted on Tuesday. Please look forward to it. The original game was released all the way back in 2012 for PS3 and 360, but hasn't been seen since and isn't available in any backwards compatible way. And while Suda nor James Gunn have said anything about their involvement, or if it's a remake or a sequel, I say the cult classic with its over-the-top story and goofy sexualized action is one of those games that definitely needs a follow-up. Meanwhile, over in the world of Diablo IV, the devs want you to know Diablo IV is not Diablo Immortal. They really, really want you to know that. If you've been deep in some demonic dungeon with no Wi-Fi and haven't been keeping up, Diablo Immortal, while looking very good, has been criticized for its free-to-play model being heavily predatory with its microtransactions, essentially confirming all the worries fans had since the infamous BlizzCon you have phones moment. Well, when Diablo IV was showcased at the Xbox event this past weekend, many people online noted the game didn't seem to have that mobile-style monetization. This prompted Adam Fletcher, Blizzard's global community lead, to quickly reply to one content creator's tweet with, Diablo IV is coming out as a full-priced game built strictly for PC and console audiences. The game is huge, and there will be tons of content after launch for all players. Paid content is built around optional cosmetic items and eventually full expansions. Later in the day, Diablo's GM Rod Ferguson expressed the same feeling. Diablo IV is a full-priced game built for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox audiences, Ferguson reiterated. We are committed to delivering an incredible breadth of content after launch for years to come, anchored around optional cosmetic items and full story-driven expansions. And all of that is, of course, while Blizzard insists Diablo Immortal isn't bad or isn't doing anything wrong, but honestly, I think this all speaks for itself. If you have to come out and clearly state that your next game isn't going to be like the last one without naming it, it's pretty clear internally, no matter what spin they put on it. They know the wombo combo of bad Blizzard PR between Kotick and this isn't a good look. And while I have no doubt Diablo 4 will sell well, right? Diablo 3 was one of the highest selling video games on PC of all time. And then a week later, people were like, that's a trash game. I am very curious if that potentially could happen here. There are a lot of things that seem worrying about it, but also there's a lot of things that seem cool. Enough to get people in the door? Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? That is what the comments are for. Let me know. And finally in the news, there appears to be a new Fire Emblem in the works. Or it's already done? If you're a Fire Emblem fan, you know that the new Warriors game, Three Hopes, is on the way. And for many, that meant a new core Fire Emblem game was a ways off. Now, if you're a nerd like me, that's totally fine. You love your Warriors games. But many were wondering how long the wait would be for some good old tactical action. Well, if this leak is true, it may not be long. 4 different Fire Emblem screenshots have been shared across social media today, and the images clearly show some sort of Fire Emblem game. There's no real information on what it is or isn't, but reporter Emily Rogers suggests that the new game, made in partnership with Intelligent Systems, Koei Tecmo, and Gust, features a new main character that is a child of a dragon, this red and blue-haired character here. It also appears to be close to being done, if not already finished, according to leakers. Not surprising, though, most of the news came out after the images were leaked. So it's safe to assume that some of it is clout chasing, but who knows? Especially with this new Warriors game coming out next week, you can assume that they wouldn't want to double up on title information, so they might wait till afterwards for some confirmation. We just don't know enough yet. But the one thing I can confirm is that patreon.com/Jesse Cox is the place to be. That's right. Where you can hang out with amazing people like Deidre, Alex Dieguez, and Dusk Rose. Well, that is it for me. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow with another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.